Welcome to Century Pines Golf Club, and in today's video I'm doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a 9-hole round in which I only use irons. Especially coming off one of my more recent rounds where you saw me implode in the club championship, I really want to just keep the ball in play today. And you can see that this opening tee shot does just that, as this is a par 5, and I just take the most conservative approach possible into the fairway, and approach to the green that does come up just a little bit short.
Right at the pin, might be a bit short though.
And you will witness a very terrible chip here, but in my defense, this is an early morning round and this is fall in Canada, so my hands were quite cold, but if you stick around you will see me warm up both physically and mentally. Enjoy the round.
I realized that playing off the blues, if I'm doing only irons, it's kind of silly for me today, so I'm going back to the whites here, starting from hole 2. Push that one a little bit left, but I should be okay. Cold, wet hands today. That'll be a challenge. It's about 175 to 180 in. Feel like doing this strategy today. I'm going to have a lot of 6 and 7 irons in hand, which is part of why I'm doing this. I'm trying to get more comfortable with my mid irons. And if it draws in, it could be perfect. Oh, that's still quite short. So this is quite a ridge that's up here. I think I'm going to have to go off to this side and let the ball feed down towards the hole. Got a 52 this time. I hit a little bit behind that chip. Oh, what a great putt. I forgot to even line that one up properly. It might just be all field putting today if it keeps going like that. Good par save. We've got another narrow hole here. Seems like it's going to be a trend on this course. I'm trying to get about a 180, 185 out, so I am clubbing up to a 5 iron this time. And pulled that one a little. Not a bad strike though. Just off to the right rough. I totally felt it on that swing too. One thing I've really noticed from watching my rounds back this year is that my hips kind of get away from me. I come up and out of my swing a lot. So I really need to focus today with all of these iron shots I'm going to be doing to stay down low over that ball. Okay, I remembered to club up this time. I'm 130 yards into the pin. I've got a pitching wedge. Try and get that first green in regulation. That's short again. Get going. Get going. Oh, didn't quite make it. I'm compressing these balls pretty well on these approach shots, but not getting a full turn, being a little cold. It's all adding up. Got to get there. So we've got another chip and a putt time. Haven't really put any of these close yet, so now might be a good time. Keep going, keep going. That's a good one. Not even going to take the glove off for this putt. Here we go. 2 par in a row. This is not a comfortable shot off the tee for me. I've got a 4 iron. I need to go right of that tree that's down there so that hopefully I'll have a look into the green. That was a pretty decent strike. I still stood up a little bit out of that, so it's going to be shorter than I wanted. Hopefully it's far enough right that it's okay. Okay, I actually got fortunate. That tree is not in the way at all. I'm about 105 yards out. So I've got my 52 degree, which usually is about 120. So if this keeps up where I'm falling quite a bit shorter than I'm anticipating, this might be really good. Push that one off to the left, and I think that's going to result in a slight miss too. Oh, that's another short one. So this is a good opportunity to try and do the bump and run again. I like the 9 iron for this because it reminds me of thirds. I want to land it about a third of the way there, let the other 2/3 roll out. Didn't quite land it where I wanted, so I've left a long uphill putt to try and save par. The inconsistency with the short game. Speaking of short game, that putt was awful. All right, there's a bogey. Hit that a little bit thin. But we're finally on a green in regulation. All right. that firm enough? That was a really good line, but not firm enough. But that's about foot. Nice easy par. I'll take that one. You can see on the whole overview here that it's way over on that side somewhere. Now there is a marker that's right directly ahead of me, but I think that means it's 200 into the green, so I don't want to do that even. This is a really deceiving tee shot because I feel like I have to hammer it kind of at that little gap and hope it fades around to the left. I have a 5-iron. Oh, that was a really good strike. I don't think I could hit that any better. And let's see if it worked out well. So this shot actually ended up being perfect. I am about 130 yards into the pin now. There is some room to miss a bit long, which has not been my concern at all today. So I just want to make sure I am not short because there is this bunker right there. Okay, so we're a little bit left. Nice safe spot. Can you believe it? That might have actually gone a little bit long. Huh. That's a pretty good touch. Oh, that was right at it. There we go. That's a good par save. I'm enjoying the way that this is going so far. Forcing myself to use my irons is making me think about the holes a little bit differently. It's also making me work on some of these irons, like my 4 and my 5 in particular, that I don't use very often. I don't need that on this hole though, because we have a short 120-yard par 3. So that's a pretty good strike. It's a little bit left of the pin, but it should be up there. Oh yeah, really nice. I don't really know how to read the pace of this because it is quite a bit downhill. I think I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tap and see how far it will ride. That might not have been enough. Whoa, but that was really fast. Holy. Good strike, but it didn't draw. It faded a little. Should be safe. And that's one of the benefits of playing irons, obviously, is that the misses are not as horrendous. If I was to leave an open face on a driver or even a fairway wood, that probably would have been in the trees or beyond. The pin looks like it's about 145-ish yards from here. I took a quick look. The back of the green is 160, so I'm going to use my 165 club, which is my 8-iron, and put a good swing on this because it shouldn't go to the back of the green at this point. Thinned it, so it won't really matter. Hit and run. Okay, that's a really good miss because somehow I'm on the green. This one looks pretty straightforward. Maybe a little bit of movement to the left. Not a ton though. This is more about controlling the pace. That might be a little bit firm. Oh! Never mind. I mean, if you would have told me that my first birdie of the day was going to be from a slightly open face shot off the tee, a thinned approach shot, and then a putt that I thought I hit way too hard to drop in, I would have called you crazy. But this is why we love the game of golf. If you're still watching, click that like button, click subscribe. That's got to earn something, right? Well, that was fun, but that hole is now done. And then I promptly spray it off into the left rough. Oh, just skimmed past that branch. Didn't get under it as much as I would have liked. I wanted to go higher over the tree, but got lucky there. Well, thanks to just narrowly avoiding that branch, I am right in the middle of the fairway. I have about 160 yards to the pin. Hit a really good strike there. Kind of, again, leaning back a bit. It's just off a bit to the right. And putts are this long. I don't generally line up the line. It's more about feel from here because I'm just trying to hit it into, a foot or two radius of the hole. If it moves a bit left, that's great. Oh, not so much. Really nice putt though.
And thank you very much for watching today's video. If you've never tried to play irons only, I would strongly encourage you to give it a shot. It may not be the most exciting round of golf you've ever played, but it's a really fun, casual way to learn a little bit more about your game.